This is actually a great spot right here. Good morning. Yeah, I'm setting my truck like a lazy bastard right now. Nobody came to the feed trough, so I was like, well, I'll just sit here and watch everybody eat for a little bit. And they left about a third of their feed in the trough last night, so the sun's just coming up good. I did see, let me see if y'all can see. Way over there, where my barn's going, look at all them deer standing over there eating. Where my barn's going, there was a whole bunch. There's some up on top of that hill right over there. Right up there on top, up there. And there's a whole bunch right there. I don't know what they're eating. Oh, I do know what it is. I dumped out a bag of salt right there, ice melt that was in my truck. Anyways, lazy bastards, good morning. What is today, Saturday? Oh yeah. Is my truck making a ton of noise? I'll turn it off. In just a second, I'm trying to warm up some. It's cold this morning. Not really cold, but just damp. I just happened to have everybody in the frame, and I was like, it's a good spot. Well, I gotta go get my jacket out of my farm truck. Oh, it's not cold here. Hell, it's 55 degrees. What's going on? Man, it is green. We finally got rain. Of course, we got a hellacious flood. That pond down there, my mountainside runoff, turned it even browner again. Those deer are over there eating that salt. That's what they're eating, that damn ice melt. I don't know if y'all can see them. They're all right over there on that, where my barn's going. I had a bag of ice melt in the back of my pickup yesterday, the farm truck, and I just threw it out there because it rust and all the shit in the back of my truck. I couldn't figure out what it was. Hagen had thrown it in there. Don't even ask me why. That's funny. I'm gonna put a couple salt blocks out for them deer. They're going to town on that thing. Get my farm on allergy free. So, okay, I did figure out those sticker things. You do have to buy those things. That is something that I only found actually on my account. Well, I didn't go through a bunch of different lives, but I found it on my account. It's like a new diamond count thing. I don't even know what it means, really, but you do have to buy them. Well, they got grass out the yin yang. I think that's Ralph yelling. Redford Ed started screaming. You'll know when Redford starts screaming. That's the thing is they're all so fat right now. You got your notification. Okay, so when I'm screwing around with YouTube, apparently you only get so many lives. There's these ducks. I don't know. Can y'all see this duck? I think it's coming across right there. It's about to land in my pond. I think those are somebody's. They're not wild ducks. Anyways, I got some ducks showed up. There's two of them. At first I thought they were a wood duck, but they're not. Anyways, somebody's duck showed up. I'm hoping they'll stay. Some bitch just flew up in a tree by my truck and just landed, was sitting in a tree, and I was like, okay. Yep, Big Boss birthday was Thursday. Those deer are eating out of the feed trough right now because the cows left feeding the trough. That's so funny. I don't think y'all can see them, but they're right over there. It's the feed trough. There's deer all over, right over there. Well, okay, I've been trying to identify this damn duck. There's two of them. It's a male and a female, I think, and they are really unique colored. I know my ducks, and these things are not a wild duck, but they sure act like it. Brent, you're a lot like my mom and sister. Says I see squirrel. Yeah, hell yeah, man. I pay attention to everything, and these ducks, I'm like. But the first thing I always ask myself when I see a new wild animal is, can we eat it? What is it? Can we eat it? That's the normal phrase of my life. There he goes, there he goes, there he goes, there he goes, there he is, there he is. He's right up there. Can y'all see him? Bastard. Let's see if he lands. There's another, there he is right there. Y'all can't see that. Where are they going? That sounds like a wood duck to me. Did anybody hear that? Does that sound like a wood duck? Can't see shit. Sound like a wood duck, didn't it? But it's got white on it, I think. Friend, not food. Everything is food. When you're comfortable, everything is food. It ain't anymore, okay? But I still got the mentality. I thought that bird just landed on Redford's back. Yeah, I think it's some kind of hybrid. Their wood ducks usually would not be circling me sitting in my white pickup parked here. You know what I'm saying? Them some bitches are like missiles. How bad was the storm there? The worst part was out to the west of us just a little bit, but man, we got some rain. Holy shit! Am I whispering? This thing has this sound dampening shit on it too. I start whispering when I see wild animals. I start whispering. I'm like, hey, we're gonna have to eat this one. Anybody ever see a big buck on the side of the road, not even on your property, and you start whispering when you're driving by it? That's me. Yes, especially turkeys. Nick says yes. Nick, you ever just not even look, but you don't look when you see a big buck on your own place or something? Like you look if it's before season, like you just kind of corner eye, like something like you're just like look but don't look. Yep, that's me too. You right, you right. That's what George says. Or Greg, was that Greg? Todurkey. Um, yes, when you see a turkey. We used to have a lot of turkey around here. These damn wild hogs wrecked them, wrecked their nest, ruined the crop between wild hogs and bobcats. We are eat up. We don't even have wild hogs that bad. I can just imagine down south how bad they are and how much it screwed up the turkeys. Turkey. That may be what that duck is, a turducken. Maybe that's how they start. Let's see if we can pull forward some without me running over the phone stand or dropping all this shit. Already, we broke the phone cover last time. Ruth did, I guess. I got home and it was snap. Y'all hold on. Okay, we see something. What kind of show is this? Yeah. You guys gonna yell at me even though I got here this morning about daylight and I sat in my truck watching some stuff on my phone, and I got out to grab my phone stand, and they're not. I wish they were hungry. They'd come to their feet. They didn't even come to their feed trough. They're just yelling at it because they're used to it. They still got feed over there in their feed trough, actually. Rufus de Bull. That's him. That's his face peeking out from around Redford's butt right there. Yeah, they don't know what they want. They're standing up belly deep in grass right now. Rosie has not started making a bag that I can tell yet. She didn't make a whole lot of milk last year. Yeah, they'll stand up here in this corner or that very bottom corner. The sun first hits. Thank you, Rosie, for pooping right in front of us. Good morning. Of Nate who? Narrowway Homestead. I watch a lot of different homesteaders. Jason, good morning. What's up, man? Wrecked them, damn near killed them. Yeah, yep. You got that right. What are you up to this morning, man? Rufus Road. This is Rufus Road right here. That's where the sign's gonna go right here in this fork. See the fork? I'm sure that probably helped the side of my truck slamming that into it, but you know. I can't keep anything nice. Can y'all hear the birds and shit or no? Because I left the microphones at home. You going through your bees today? Man, I did my beekeeper days, if that's what you're talking about. And whoa, my chat just took off. I went through my beekeeper days, and I learned. I was in a building in Fayetteville, and I found a bunch of honeybees up there. Anyways, I got them, put them in a hive, and then brought them out here. And there is a couple hives of native bees out here that wrecked my bees' life. Like, they're bigger, they're meaner, and they came in there and they killed them all, and they took all the honey, probably 25 pounds of honey, in maybe a day and a half. And I even cut down the whole, like, I narrowed it down to where they couldn't even get in and out, like, hardly at all. Yeah, for those of y'all that don't know, there's about, I don't even know how many different kinds of honeybees. Different sizes, different aggression, different everything. No, they're honeybees. There's all kinds of different honeybees. I don't know if y'all know that or not, but you can buy some honeybees that are really, really, really aggressive, and you can buy some that are not aggressive, and you can buy some that are Anyways, the native ones here said, we're going to kill your queen and we're going to take all your honey and we're going to stomp you all out. So that's what happened twice. Last year I got 15 5-gallon. Yeah, my brother-in-law, my kitchen last year. Yeah, my brother-in-law raises bees and he just keeps. Have you ever had any, I got Italian honeybees? See, nobody knows about all that, Jason. Nobody understands the complexity of honeybees. Unless you have honeybees, you do not understand. Now, there's tons of different kinds. If you live near town, um, if you live in town, a lot of the bees harvest honey or the hummingbird feeders. So yeah, and your honey will be pretty clear ish. It won't be near as golden, the darker. There was a tree down here that was full of honeybees, and we captured them and put them in a hive, and the native ones, and it was in I forget when it was. Anyways, um, the honey was almost like as dark. It looked about like syrup, like pancake syrup, because it was a lot of oak blossoms and wildflowers, and it wasn't like it wasn't fed honey. I don't know if people understand that, but you can feed bees sugar water. And I think cotton blooms, I think, actually produce a clear honey. Yeah, it'll tell you how much of what's in what depending on the color. Do you have Sherwood trees in Arkansas? No. Um, Everything here is oak, wildflower. See all the flowers right here, all that yellow? That actually is a buttercup, and it's an invasive species that it brought in here in some hay. So that's pretty handy. Nothing will eat it. That's why it's flowering, is because the cows won't touch it. Super invasive. You can't get rid of it, and it'll choke out the grass. So that's pretty good, huh? Well, thank you. It's getting better. I was looking at some videos last night. If y'all go back and look at the videos from just a few weeks ago and look at what a mud hole mess it looked like. Those deer are still over there eating that salt. I may put them out some salt licks. They're starting to fade back into the woods now. Cows love clover. Clover is really high in protein too. It's really good for them. Clover is one of the best. Alfalfa and clover and orchard grass, ryegrass, crabgrass, and Johnson grass. You can look up and it'll tell you exactly the protein in each one. Um, oh, trust me. Yeah, yeah. Conspiracy Brent. Do you raise cows for consumption? You gotta watch. You gotta watch more if you're asking that question on here. I'm not trying to be rude, but if you knew the dynamics of the whole family here, I know you gotta start somewhere though, right? No, these are all pets. Should get them a treadmill. I'm not really sure how that would work, but it's straight up and down mountain. They gotta come all the way to the top from the bottom. I walked down through there yesterday and walked back up. It's a hike. Good morning. Fescue is good. I would do anything for fescue actually compared to weeds. Um, Fescue is good. You can look up the nutritional value on fescue. The only thing you don't want is sagegrass. Sagegrass at any time wherein it's growing has zero nutritional value. Zero. Um, Nothing. It does nothing. So when you go over in Oklahoma and you drive through those sagegrass fields, zero nutrition. You can feed cows sagegrass and they'll actually starve to death. Now you can supplement them grain, a real high protein grain, and then have a filler for sagegrass, and then you can. That's what a lot of people used to do with cottonseed hulls. They have a little bit of cotton on there, and they would put grain on there because cow stomachs are so big. They would mix cottonseed hulls with grain, and then that would let the cow feel like it's full and still get the nutrition out of the grain. There's a lot to it. Sagegrass keeps ghosts away. Yeah, we fertile soil usually, if it's fertilized to take care of, usually will go away. Oh yeah, you plugged in. Yeah, we missed the tornadoes, but we got a really bad storm and rain out of it. But I think tonight is the big risk. Tonight's the big one, from what I understood. I think we're in the severe like bubble today. At some point, there's not a breeze moving right now though. Pretty good morning actually. Everybody's healthy. Everybody looks good. Roxanne. I'm trying not to feed everybody as much grain also because Ruby um, will be having a calf here the next month or so. So will Roxanne here any day. And I don't want her to get locked up. Just outside the bubble today. I'm right on the Oklahoma line. I think it crossed over just a little bit onto me. Or did, unless they moved it. My P.O. box is uptown. Um, Sun City 55. What's the longest you ever had to wait Rufus out when you're in a mood? Is you stuck behind a tree? You know, I was thinking about that yesterday. Um, I was right down there in the bottom field by one of those. I'd have to be down there to see from here, but by one of those trees, right, the furthest one, like that one right over there, or the one to the left of it. He actually tried. He was actually wanting to get me that morning. He was wanting to really do some damage, and we went around that tree. Like, no, he wasn't just standing prone there, waiting me out. He was actually bouncing from one side of the tree to the other, and he wanted to get me big time. He was very angry, and then that made me very angry, and we went around the tree for quite a while. And I really thought, I was like, man, I'm not going to get away from him this morning. That was the only time I've ever had that thought, that sick feeling where you're like, boy, I really messed up. And it was a couple years ago. Redford was still with him, and I think they had been in a big fight over one of the girls, and Rufus was just like stuck in protect mode of be dominant, and he was going to do the breeding on that cow, and he didn't want nobody to get near it. I think it was Roxanne. It had to have been Roxanne. And then we went around and around that tree, and it's the only time I've really had to be really rough with Rufus. And I thought he was going to get me, but it probably went on for it seemed like forever because it was a mad dash back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and somehow he can end up being on both sides of that tree at the same time. Like if he really gets after you, I don't think everybody understands how fast he actually is and how fast bulls can be. Like you can't outrun them. You can't even get close to outrunning them. Um, and even as big as they are, you can't get away from them. But I was sucked up against that tree. Well, he was scraping the tree with his horns, and he was trying to get me to back up from the tree. If you back up away from the tree, you're just up shit creek. Like, but if he gets you between the tree and him, you're even more up shit creek because the ground's a little softer than the tree. So he jumped around. He had me go around it about 3 or 4 times, and there was a metal fence post. Some of y'all have heard me tell this story, but there, right where he was standing on the back of the tree, there was a T-post, a metal fence post, and it had barbed wire wrapped around it. So it wasn't like you could just grab it real quick and pick it up because it's going to be in the palms of your hands. But after so long, I knew that I had no choice besides to get this fence post because he was going to be on me. This went on for about 20 or 30 minutes, and I was getting madder and madder. He was getting madder and madder. And there was nothing around me. It was just dirt. No rocks, no nothing. Nothing. Not a stick, nothing. And I couldn't even look down long enough hardly to look for a rock or like a big wad of dirt to throw in his face or just something to distract him. Anyways, I finally, he was on top of that fence post and he was swinging back and forth kind of like clocks, clock hands is what we look like. And he finally shifted around far enough I got a hold of the end of the fence post. And remember, it's wrapped in barbed wire where I'd picked up some old barbed wire with it. And I full swung like a baseball bat and hit him across the top of right across the face, like diagonally, like full 6 foot post swing and trying to get his attention. And it did not slow him down at all. Zero effect on him. And it took me a second to swing this post and try to get away from it at the same time. And after I did that, he was still, there was no change. And I was like, well, this is not good. This is really bad because this is about all I had. And he kept coming. And I took the T-post and I turned it the pointy end. And he went down with his head to rake that tree, and I hit him right on the end of the nose with it pretty damn hard. He had his head turned down with his nose pointing backwards, if you can imagine what that looked like his head was bowed, because their nose is their tenderest spot on their body. And they protect their nose and their mouth, so they always curve their head where their nose is almost pointed back at them. And I gouged him in the nose when he turned his head up to look to see where I was at. I hit him in the nose with the end of the post, the end of it. And it snapped him out of it just for a second, and he looked back, and Redford was trolling the girls a little bit, and he turned around and went back over there. But yeah, that was a real pisser. It was a pisser. Probably just a regular standoff down there where he just wants to go around the tree with me and see if I'll peel off from the tree. The thing about Rufus is it really was longer than 20-25 minutes, I guarantee you. And there was he would stop for a second and then he would just look, and then he would shift a little bit, but they kind of explode, like they kind of like out of nowhere. It's like they wait and then they just kind of spring, like just it's like a bomb. They don't just come up there and try to get you. And Rufus will just turn out of nowhere. Like I was just down in this field one day, and actually it was right there. Rufus and them were right over here by the pond, right here. I'd parked the Ranger right down here, and I was standing out in the open about right in the middle, and they were over here playing, fighting, and all at once, I've got the video I posted, I think y'all have seen it. All of a sudden, he just turns and just bolts straight at me out of nowhere. And like if I had my head turned or something like that, he's only done that 3 or 4 times in 5 years. So I don't give him the opportunity anymore. Like all of them were pretty damn close. I don't really know what he would do, but I don't want to find out. You know what I mean? I know what he'd do. But the thing with Rufus is he doesn't quit. Like I've seen him get old like water tanks, and he just keeps crushing them and rolling them and crushing them and rolling them. And I think that's what he would do if you got down. I think he would just mash it and roll you around, or mash it and roll you around. I think he would get you and smash you until he got you up against like a brush pile or a bank or something, and that's where they'd find you at. And I think that's with any bull. Any bull would do the same thing. Any actively breeding bull that's with cows. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. I mean, any of them can. Rosie there, if she gets you between something in her head, like they just crush you. Like I mean, she weighs probably close to 1,000 pounds now, and you're not a ball of leather wrapped, or muscle wrapped in leather like they are. Yeah, I think you guys are getting to hear the birds today because the wind noise is down, so it's not cutting out the background noise. Rosie's hair isn't crazy. Look at that. What is even going on, Rosie? She's got skurs like Rufus. I'm ready to see this new calf. Roxanne, like, come on, man. I keep pulling in thinking she looks slimmer because she's not hay bloated as bad today. But, like, I can see her udder from right here behind her front shoulder. I'm kind of at a standstill right now, guys. Like, until I get the barn, I'm just chomping at the bit, ready to get started. But my fence down there with my corral, I don't want to get started till I know for sure the angle of my barn, so I can start from my barn out. So once we get the barn built, um, then I'll be live down there all the time while we're building corral and having everybody up there. I'm literally dying to get started, but like I've looked at it. It just all depends on where they're gonna, where it exactly is gonna land at before I could start. Eden, Oklahoma got destroyed. I saw that. The holdup is the materials. They order all the colors of the metal. Takes about 4 or 5 weeks. So we waited. I think we're on week 2 now, 5 or 6 weeks total. So, but they claim it'll only take them to build that and the house. The concrete, of course, will take a little bit and then interrupt into plumbing. But they're talking like it'll take them only about 3 weeks tops from the time they get started to build it all. House, barn, concrete, all. So as soon as they get that, the reason this fence looks like this is because my power line's going to go through here. And I think I'm going to finish this fence from down there, from right here, all the way back is where my power line's going, all the way through there. I don't want to put my fence in until I make sure I know where their power line's going to go. That's the last piece of fence I need. 3 weeks, I think, yeah. Literally, the guy, it's kind of funny, the company that's building it, the owner, so I'm dealing with, and it's a local company. They've been in business for forever. Great guy. But he took off to climb Mount Everest to the whatever it's called, not the summit, but yeah, I know. So I think he ordered everything right before he left, and then he's gonna be back. I don't even think we need him. We're in contact with somebody else. Base camp, yeah, yeah. He's going to base camp. That's what he's doing. Brent. I was stopped out by a mama cow that had a dead calf in her. She was crazy. My uncle saved me from paralysis or death. I was deep in the mud too. I tried kicking her. No, so hard 3 times. I thought I broke one of my toes. I'm telling you right now, man. When they want to get you, um, when they really want to get you, there ain't nothing, man. I guarantee there's more cows kill people than bulls, but that's because there's 50 cows for every bull, probably. Good morning from Nebraska, Brent. That sumo suit was hysterical. Every time I think about it, I start laughing. Oh, yeah, Fuzzerston. Good morning. Hey, thank you too, Brian. I appreciate that. That's, that's one thing about a mama cow, man. They won't stop. As long as you're moving or making noise, they will not stop. And sometimes they won't even stop if you're not making noise. Like they will stomp you into the ground. Um, like they're rough. And the thing about it is, people don't understand is they don't. A lot of times, cows don't quit even if they're hurt really bad, like fatally hurt. They will still stomp you to the last breath in them. It's almost like they just go berserk. Same with a bull. I seen 2 bulls fighting one time, and it was horrendous. One bull had broke his leg off, his front leg, just at his knee, and it was held on by the skin. He's still fighting with that joint and that bone shoved down into the dirt, like nothing happened. And I'm like, okay, I've seen way worse than that too. Just adrenaline, and they fight, and they don't care. Good morning, Nikki. Yeah, it's hard to explain that kind of violence to people that have never been around them. They're just a really rough animal. I know everybody wants them to be this sweet snuggly, but every one of them's got it in them. Where you been, Nikki? We were all wondering about where you were at. I just like to make sure everybody's aware. They go full on ex-wife. Yes, yeah. Like the beginning stages of ex-wife. Like when you first split up, that's the stage that they're at. Like no, actually the beginning's like civil somewhat, and then into it a little bit. That's when everything goes berserk. Peace out, everybody. Brenda want to answer. Fuck all I've been doing is answering questions, man. Don't let the door hit you with the good Lord split you. There's Shane. You wasted your question. Put Shane on the list if we're not answering not a motherfucking thing. Do you just keep cattle for the love of the game, or do you? No, they're Rufus has 5 million followers. What do you? I don't. What would we do? Eat him? God, what was Shane's problem, man? There is no such thing as a tornado-proof anything, honestly. Yeah, we're gonna have to eat Ralph now. Stop complaining, just answer our questions over and over. We'll pay for the imaginary barn. I tried to tell you guys, anybody that's getting upset, is I have 3 questions on my screen. I know you guys have a giant list of questions. I have 2 to 3 going 100 miles an hour. So when I look down there and I look back, I miss about 3 at a time. So when my phone is this way, okay, I have a section about this wide of your questions. Okay, I'm sorry. And I'm fighting the demons right now like Redford, but I have, okay, there is 1 question on my screen right now. Full ex-wife. That's it. Okay, let me try to read them. Can cow go trans? See, this is what we get. Which cow did you stump break first, Philip? Okay, good morning. Which cow did you stump break first? Man, I'd have to say the one that was called your mom. Dude, claim your access down. He's one man, thank you. Good morning, our crew. Beautiful day. I have questions. Why are you so polite to idiots? That's a good one. Slow down your chat. LOL. 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 Good morning, lazy. Brent, my love, you don't need to explain yourself. Thank you. Pointer finger. Okay, now would y'all ask me to go back to the way we were doing it? Need a few mini cows. Bastards. Brent, fight the demons. Hello, fingers. What? Charles, don't be rude. Is Roxanne single? You're doing a great job, buddy. Fuck them Democrats. Or wait, fuck them demons. Left it out. I don't know what that means. Is Rhonda back in with Redford? No. Oh, I forgot to answer them. I'm just reading them. But a lot of them aren't even questions. I think it's also slowed down so he gets a chance to read them. No question. Breed Ruth to registered Brahman bull. That's her baby currently. Ruth is full blood. So, question answered. She has 1 child, full blood. Good morning. Best bull channel on YouTube. Do cows get along with goats? I don't know. You can slow down your chat. Good morning, Arizona. Fight the demons, y'all. Let it out. Hey, how's she my mom? How now? She's my mom. I don't share my sister's mine too. Okay. Do. That's it. Just do. Good morning. Beautiful morning. LOL. All I see is a fat finger. Fuck the demons. Need an extra phone just for reading the chat. Breed Ruth to Brahman bull. Purebred is the new way to go. Her baby is a full blood Brahman cow. Ruth. Good question. Don't explain to idiot. Explain to idiot. Good morning. More cowbells. We don't even have a cowbell. Good morning, Brent. Thank you from Oklahoma. You're welcome. Have you ever gone swimming with Rufus? No. Hey, Brent and Rufus family. LOL, dirty deeds. Moo at them. Moo. Brent, or breed Ruth to Brahman bull. Purebred is the way to go. Okay, 3rd time. That's the shirt. Fight the demons, Rufus. Brent, you are doing a good job. Thank you. Ha 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 ha. Laugh face, laugh face, laugh face. Breed Ruth. Ha ha ha. No, just a 10-second Frenched. Not sure what that is. If you eat your own cattle, are you also a vegetarian or do you consume beef? Yes, I eat beef. No, I'm not a vegetarian. Yeah, my first live, actually live. Yay. Oh man, this is exhausting. The way Brent Ren's comments like words uh, is hilarious. You're very mellow with your answers. These crybaby questions and comments who see themselves as victims. Start streaming on Twitch. Trust me, Rufus. Rufus, did you hear that? Back the rude people. We come here just enjoy. Ha ha ha, laugh face, laugh face. Cows are gorgeous. Whenever you guys are sick of this, I'll stop, okay? Love your show. Ignore dumb questions. No, we're reading them all. Is Brent pregnant? I don't think so. You can put the chat on slow mo. That's what I'm doing currently, Crystal. Thank you. Roxanne ain't single. Going to get my coffee, yeah? Brent, LOL. Morning, heifers. Will you start streaming on Twitch? No. Brent is pregnant with Beer Baby. Yes. Funny thing, I know an R rated joke about bulls. Stick with the R theme. Okay. It'll be hottest thing on YouTube. Okay. We really just appreciate the effort, Brent. Why? Some of these comments would be hilarious. Fortune cookies. Okay, okay, Brent. Ha 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 ha. Moo at them. Moo. Best bull channel. I'm losing people by the second, but I'm not stopping. Because Nikki. Okay, Nikki. Rufus and Roxanne. Party tonight, 7 p.m. Okay. No. No. Is what John said. Sheep Nation. Goat Nation. Know what nation you are part of. John, yes. Rhonda, always look at the beer baby. Yes, because. Just because. Laugh face, laugh face. What in the world? Smiley face. People are getting politically gross. Politic gross. Good morning from North Idaho. Good morning. You got a name of them? Okay, hang on. I slipped it. Have my copy with you. Oh, do da da da, laugh face. Hi Brent, I'm seeing more of your videos posted by other people on YouTube now. Yeah, that sucks. Pass the tequila. Why the accent? I'm trying to read in a calm voice to make sure everybody stays calm. What is Brent due date? How old is Rufus? He'll be 6 years old, I think, tomorrow. Exactly, she is so chill. When is Roxanne due date? Yesterday? They're meeting about you, who Brent talked to. They're having a meeting about you, who Brent's talking to. Goats are easier to stump break. All you need to do is a pair of rubber boots. Philip, I know, but you'll get sores on the top of your feet. Also, Philip, if you'll take them and push them up against a cliff, they'll push back against you while you have their back feet in your rubber boots. So think about that. Damn, Charles ruined everything. Oh my God, I'm like 400 lines behind. Here comes Rosie. That's all I can do. I can't do anymore. Keep growing, Brent. Love it. Fuck that. I can't even. My throat is sore. Philip, I'm good, dude. Try the rubber boots and a goat up against a cliff, though, next time, man. Pet Rosie. Thank God. I know. Now I think we're good with just reading every third question. What do you think? What do y'all think? There really wasn't a lot of questions in there. Thank you for stopping, everybody. Glad you stopped. We'll do it again if somebody keeps bitching about it. Yes. Big Boss is going to get on and go, what in the fuck is he doing? Practicing reading? Also, I'm back here drinking a Pepsi, looking around at the deer and shit. I look up and I miss like, please pet Rosie. She wants some grain, but she's not gonna eat it. Hey, don't be cussing about nobody bringing up the Lord's name in vain on here. That's the best troll. I think so, but unfortunately, my regular lazy bastards were like, Jesus, shut up, bro. I know I can be super nice. It's just not me. I don't have it in me. Everybody keep an eye out for Shane. I hope we got his question answered. How old do you think Shane was? Wait, was his name Shane? Does your neighbor have beef from his cattle? I'm sure. Everybody raises cattle to eat besides me. The deer, they were over there on the barn pad. I dumped out a bag of rock salt over there that broke in the back of my pickup. I think he left the room. God, Shane is probably 19. Do storms influence cows to have calves? Yes, they can. They stress them, and if they're close, they'll have a calf. Um, One cool fact I thought or I found out was that buffalo, bison, both are the same thing to me. I don't care. They can actually hold their birth. They can stop the birth for weeks at a time due to weather conditions. So when buffalo would have babies, they would usually have them all at the same time in a herd in the springtime because they would wait till after a big storm. I thought that was crazy. I don't think cows can do that. Any new in the international shipping of the t-shirts? Not as of yet. Everything is just so screwed up with shipping right now. But if we could figure out a way to calculate the freaking shipping, like nobody wants to buy a Rufus t-shirt for 80 bucks or 90 bucks. Some of these shippings are 60, 80, $90 in shipping. Like I don't feel like anybody would want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody wants to do that. I don't think. It's just it depends on what country you're in. Now, if you're on a military base, I don't have a mic, Crystal. We forgot it. You just got to deal with it today. Do I watch PBR? I do some, not a whole lot. I'd pay that for a Rufus sweatshirt. Maybe French billionaires and part of that nasty stuff. Good morning, Brent. Everything is sold out. It'll say sold out if you're from another country. Um, I don't think it'll allow you. What is Rufus doing? He's smelling the old giner, seeing what we're looking like this morning. I don't think Ruth is holding her tail to the side, or Rhonda is. So Rufus has been following her. Redford's getting downwind to try to catch him a sniff. So yeah, they're literally. I came back last night and they still had feed in their troughs. You out of here, Murray? Rufus is crazy. I just try and knock him off a little this morning. You know what I mean? I wish Rhonda would hurry up and get pregnant so everybody would quit freaking out. You see Redford over there? Rhonda does it too. Look at her shaking her ass over there, holding her tail to the side. What is he, Brent? Did you separate blended fertilizer? Did you spread? Oh, I'm sorry. Did you spread blended fertilizer on your pasture, or just bagged? I spread. Brian, I put out triple 13. Okay, so this place has been woods and leaves for so long. It pretty much needs everything, including lime. So I did 2,000 pounds. I did 100 pounds, 150 pounds to the acre on triple 13. And it has everything in it that the grass needs. I can't get away with just putting nitrogen on it. I can't get away with just doing one thing or another. So I just run a triple 13, and I'll do, it's about up, it lasts for about 30 days, and then I'll do another, there's those freaking ducks again. I'll do another probably 2,000 pounds on the new growth. I hear a goose and ducks now. What is going on out here? This is like a wonderland. There's a fence. Yeah, there's a fence between them. I know. Beautiful morning. Thank you, Jason. Picture Conor McGregor doing his octopus walk, all puffed up. Rufus, laugh out loud, funny face. I'm telling you. Redford's waiting for a little snifferoonie. But Rhonda's holding still right now, so which is when she holds still and holds her tail to the side means that he's probably bred her today, and she's standing still, and Rufus is in a recoup stage right now. I don't know why this all happens usually in the dark, but I'm here a lot, and I pretty rarely see the actual process take place. I'll see Rufus's hoof prints on her back, and I'll see like for sure that she's been bred, and she'll be limping. Go vid at night. I mean, I saw her. See, she'll go find him. Like she has the drive, same drive he has. Whenever she's cycling, she has the same drive he has. People don't understand that. They're like, "Oh, poor Rhonda, she don't want to be pregnant again." Actually, she goes and hunts those guys down, and that's just how they're just nature. Just part of it. I don't know what Rufus is doing. Usually, if she'll hold still that long, he'll breed her. So I don't really know. It does not look like he's been on her back. Brian, do y'all use chicken litter? Man, I wish I could. There's a whole bunch around here, and like it's so rough. I can't get litter trucks in here yet, but I will be able to. I'll use chicken litter to help build land around there. We clear up 100 acres of trees, 8 ton, yeah, 2 times. Lime does help too, though. Yes, Brian, man, if we had chicken litter in here, like it would be a game changer. And I've got it now so that I can get, the litter trucks, the spinners. It's such a, it doesn't look it on here, but there's such a drop off everywhere. But as soon as all this settles down, I'm going to make a better place for the trucks to get in. And you'll see a tremendous change once we put litter on this place. So yeah, chicken litter, that's what built this whole part of the country. Everybody cusses chicken houses and chicken litter, but if it wasn't for chicken houses and chicken litter, there would be no grass around here. There'd be no cows. There'd be nothing to eat. Yeah, I'm not a real big fan of chicken houses just because that's not my job. I did raise chickens for a long time, but I am a firm believer in chicken litter, and it will build the soil. It will build everything. That's why another reason why I'm not spraying anything on these weeds. Really, I'm not doing any kind of broadleaf because even when the weeds die, they build organic matter. So organic matter is topsoil. We don't have a lot of topsoil in Arkansas here in these hills. Who was it asking about the deer? Is there still somebody on here about the deer? You've never heard of chicken litter before? Well, it runs the whole planet. Can you get it for free? No, it's actually pretty expensive. One of them came back out. It's just a yearling, it looks like, but it's over there eating that salt where I spilled salt. There was a whole shitload over there earlier. Chicken litter comes from chicken houses. So I don't know that everybody has chicken houses around their part of the country, but Tyson's and everything is right here, a lot of it. And, so chicken litter, if you let's say you put 30,000 chickens in a chicken house, okay? This is the level we're on, not like a little chicken farm in your backyard. Let's say you put 30, I used to raise 30,000 per house. And the bedding is made out of rice hulls. It's the little shells that the rice comes out of. It's small, or wood shavings. Nobody really uses shavings anymore, but the rice hull is what the rice is in. So you put that down in per bedding about 3 or 4 inches deep, and you'll put 30,000 baby chickens on that. You'll raise them for 50 to 60 days, and then you'll take those out and you'll till up that litter, which is the bedding plus the chicken shit. You'll till that in, and then you'll put another batch of chickens on it. And once you get about 7 or 8 batches, which is close to, 500,000, maybe 1,000,000 chickens in some cases, on top of that litter, each batch lasting about 50 to 60 days, then that litter is really dark. You can't see any bedding in it anymore. And it is really, really hot, and it is really good fertilizer. And that's what they're talking about. When you hear somebody say chicken litter, it is. Now, you can get this Cornish litter with these baby chickens. But chicken litter, that was my dad's. He worked for a guy. They kind of partnered up a little bit, but he spread chicken litter. And that's why this whole part of the country, northwest Arkansas, has grass now. We use horse shit in our garden. This is a whole different scale. I'm talking like chicken litter out of chicken houses. You would have probably, in one house, would have maybe 200 tons. So you would sell, when I raise chickens, I'd sell, maybe 800 tons, 900 tons of litter. And then you can put a ton, 2 tons to the acre, 3 tons to the acre, and actually have something. Commercial fertilizer you go buy at the store, like you put on your lawn with your little spreader, that stuff only lasts 30 days. It's done, it's spent, it's over with. So chicken litter will run, it builds the soil and it runs for kind of, I mean, a little bit forever. Like it stays in the soil. It builds organic matter once the nitrogen's gone. Um, Chicken litter is the best fertilizer, in my opinion. Now, um, it requires a big truck. It requires getting in there and turning around. They do. Every farmer, like if you can't, usually any chicken farm already has a contract to sell their litter to somebody every year. So yeah, it's big money. Like good litter is big money. Now, if you run one or two batches on it and then you try to sell it, the litter's not as good. It's still pretty decent, but not as good. But the older it is, the more chickens it's had on it, the better it is. Turkey litter's pretty decent. Hen litter, no good. Cornish litter, not really much good either, but it's somewhat good. Cornish is the little bitty chickens. They're not on it long enough to make a real good litter, and it's super dry. What's keeping them from fighting through the fences? There's two giant, there's two hot wires with electricity going through them, one on Redford's side and one on Rufus's side. And I've got them placed exactly where they try to touch with their noses, and they will get bit. And they are hot, hot. Miss 7 chickens. Yeah, I've got, I don't know how many chickens I have right now, about 8. Why don't chickens wear pants? Because, yeah, my dad used to say that. Well, you can tell it's a male, it's got a pecker right there. What Johnny say? Chicken litter is great. The only thing about chicken litter, here's the downfall to chicken litter, is when you put 30,000 chickens in a chicken house and they get a disease, okay, and you get something going on in your house, they're a bird, obviously. So when you put 100 tons of bird litter out here in your field, and there might have been something in there that contaminated that litter with some random disease or germ, well, then you just introduced it to every wild bird, everything out here. You see what I'm saying? So people associate the quail loss. Bird flu's a whole separate deal. That's a nightmare. But there's a lot of other things chickens get. They get a lot of different respiratory problems. Um, but anyways, when you spread it out here, that's one thing I do think happened to the quail in Arkansas is with all the chicken litter, quail are right down on the ground, and I feel like bird flu is a whole different deal, man. That deal is crazy. It's actually called LT. There's 2 or 3 different respiratory problems for birds that they get. I spend a lot of time in chicken houses. I spend a lot of times treating chickens. I raised, I don't know, 15 or 20 million chickens in the years I raised chickens. Let's just say I knew chickens a little bit. I will tell you this, if you want a chicken that you know has no steroids in it or no kind of antibiotics or nothing, Tyson's chicken, which I don't really like Tyson at all. I think they're crooked bastards, and I think they fuck over farmers. And I got not one good thing to say about them, honestly. But I will say their chicken will have nothing in it. 0. Howdy, neighbor. But I got nothing good to say about Tyson, especially the way they treat farmers. And not because I had a bad experience with them. I really didn't have a bad experience with them. I just know how they are. Tyson, I guarantee you, Tyson is the only one for 100 million% sure will have nothing in their chickens at all. Corn, water, salt. Tyson is a grower of chickens. That's one of the biggest producers. Now, Tyson's is a cruel. I don't know about cruel. They're definitely one of the most animal friendly, one of the most farmer not friendly, if that makes sense. They definitely. Um, George's George's brand is I like them better. Um, but and here's another thing for everybody that doesn't know this, but Walmart has the strictest guidelines for antibiotics, steroids, anything like that. So if you buy beef from Walmart or you buy chicken from Walmart, they have the craziest. They they would come to my farm. They have vets that would come to my farm randomly, and they would catch chickens out of every house. They will pull not blood samples because stuff can go away in the blood fairly quick, but they would actually go in by their tail, and there's a fat that stays right by the tail that stores anything that that chicken could have had swallowed or taken or got into their bloodstream. And they will take that fat and they will test it, and they will find anything since that chicken was hatched to the time it is processed. And if you're a farmer and you're growing them, you are up shit creek if they find anything in that chicken. Got them, a lot of farmers, the old farmers used to put diesel. They would treat the floor underneath the chicken litter, underneath where the chickens would be. They would take diesel and they would spray the floor of the house. It's called the pad underneath. It's not concrete, it's dirt, but it's really compacted dirt. And then the bedding goes on top of that. They would spray that with diesel. Diesel is a petroleum, so it would kill any bacteria or germs or diseases down there. Then they would put their bedding on top of it. Well, and that used to be pretty good, but some of that petroleum would wick up through the litter, and the chickens would peck it, and they would get some of that into their bloodstream. Well, they couldn't figure out what was going on, but those farmers all compete amongst each other. That's another thing about Tyson's is they don't just buy your chickens for a flat rate and pay you so much. Every week, every farmer that has grown chickens all compete in the same week. So if everybody gets baby chickens that week, they are all in the same week together, and whoever grew the biggest chicken with the least amount of feed for their feed conversion made more money. So if your feed conversion sucked, you were on the bottom, they would take some of your money, give it to the top guy, and on and on. So if you let a bunch of your chickens die and you basically lost all that feed that they ate, and then your feed conversion would be out of whack, and then you would settle bad, and then you see where I'm going with that. So it's not like you just raised them, sold them, made money. You could make 10 times the amount of money, or way less. So Tyson's would make the farmers compete against. They still do. Not just as simple as growing them. So with that said, every farmer would try different techniques to make their chickens grow better because they were competing. So light was very important. How much daylight they would get, artificial daylight in the house. Um, the longer you keep them awake, the more they would eat, the less rest they would get. Um, but you didn't want them to have too much light, or they would exercise too much and burn calories, which is what you were trying to get them to retain. A lot to it, man. It's not simple. There's a lot to it. Every day, every hour, every minute, like, was time. Yep. I think it's all the same thing pretty much. The only problem with Tyson's and them was that they always they always here's the other kicker I found out later on after years of growing them, is that I don't really know if anybody gives a shit about this whole conversation, but the kicker is that the chickens that lay the egg, so it goes all the way back to the chicken where the egg came from. So when you got your chickens, you'd get them the day they hatch, and you would sell them at, mine were sold at 55 days old. So you'd get the chickens that hatch that morning, and then you sold them at 55 days old. So you sold by the pound. Mike says we don't. But the old chicken that laid the egg already had all the basically, if you got babies from older hens that laid the eggs, your chickens already had such a tremendous jump start on the rest of the farmers in your week. Well, you never know. They stay in a completely controlled environment. The same temperature ramps down from the day that you get them till the time. They start out at like 98 degrees. They ramp all the way down close to 70 something from the day you get them to the time they sell. He's right behind there. Well, you got to look at it this way. Chickens is one of the cheapest proteins humans can survive on. So they have a great life. Um, while they're there and they're providing for humans. Now they keep messing with them, trying to give chickens more room in chicken houses for animal. And then pretty soon you make a protein that was cheap, so expensive that these kids and lunches and everything else can't afford to have the simplest protein chicken. You know what I mean? Farmers feed litter to cows too. Have you heard they help it break it down better? Well, why do chickens follow the auger feeder? You're talking about laying hens or something. But wait, what was the other question? I forgot already. Farmers feed chicken litter. So all chicken litter is feed that's processed to a chicken. All it is corn, soybeans, salt, and it's passed through a chicken. That's it. So if you take chicken litter and you dry it out, grind it up, all it is corn, soybean, and salt that's digested. So yeah, I've seen them feed chicken litter, especially up underneath the feed lines where the chickens spill feed. So in the feed lines in broiler houses, there'll be a lot of feed there. I've seen them take that litter. Some cows will eat it, some cows won't. Just depends. Hey, hey. Good morning from Indiana. When I was on the farm, we let them out during the day and let them roam around the yard. And love the evening to bring them in. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was us too as a kid. We're talking about like big time chicken farms, like 30, 40,000 per house. I don't think I have anything with me besides some grain. Ralph at school. Go down here. That one deer is still out there eating. It must really need some salt. Yeah, I wasn't even a big farmer. I had 8 houses. Some of these complexes have shit tons. Where did Rhonda go? Well, let's see Roxanne staying out by herself. See her down there. She's starting to kind of cruise around by herself. It won't be long now. What was I saying? The 8-house farm. I had 2 farms, two 4-house farms with 400-foot houses. Oh yeah, the birds are talking. It was a lot of work. I really enjoyed raising chickens. It just was one of those things. Company. Rufus would like to beat the shit out of Redford, man. Brent told us about the birds and the bees today. I did, actually. There's not much I haven't tried, honestly. I will tell you this. Honeybees, not easy. What is it called? What's a beekeeper called? Hell, I don't even know. Yeah, the big super houses. I could just imagine getting a disease started in one of them. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. There's not a whole lot I haven't done, honestly. As far as farming, I've grown everything you can grow: cows, goats, chickens, chicken farming, sumo soup. That was pretty good. The lazy bastard shirts. Oh, let me grab my phone. Let me see it. I think I got the picture in color. Did I already show it to you guys or no? That wasn't me. Brent, what was that? Brent, are you frying chicken? I love some fried chicken. Okay, let me grab my other phone. Hang on. I'm gonna pee. Okay, so just enjoy the look this way. Okay, if the phone falls over, I'll never hear the end of it. What are you looking at, Rose? This ain't no caterpillar. This is right here is where they can't reach. That's what the winter wheat would look like. The whole place would, but they can't reach it. Let me pull some up. So that's full of grain. They haven't been able to reach it to eat this side, but that'll have little grains of wheat in there. Anyways, it'll seed itself back down if the birds and shit don't eat it. But you can see that's what the whole field would look like. You can see it all the way through. I'll be glad when I get this fence built because I can't put my power pole in because it goes right here somewhere. And then it goes up to my house up there. And I'm not exactly sure where they're going to put it. Once I get that in, then I won't run out of projects. Like for the next year or more, we'll be doing major projects every day. I think I'm gonna have to cut. There's one. I think that tree. The power line is straight through there. I think I'm gonna have to cut that one more big tree, and the power line will come up through here. Yeah, that's what the whole place would look like if they hadn't grazed it down. I'll move my fence way up against the road, let them clean that up, and then I'll move my fence back. That's one good thing about that hot wire is you can just move it back and forth, and they can eat it all. What's funny is they'll even if it's not there, they'll still kind of stay back there for a day or two. They're like, where you been? Where you been all morning? We've been talking about bees and chickens and chicken shit, and everything else. I'm gonna find this picture real quick. Steven left earlier. Or Shane or whatever his name was, dipshit. Shit sandwich guy, that's what we'll call him. I wonder if he's still in here. That's probably Jan. She's probably still here. Rosie, that's your second shit of the morning. Well done. So here's what the shirt ended up looking like. I think it's pretty funny. What do y'all think? What do you think? I think it's great. It's being printed right now. What's funny is if nobody buys them, I'm going to give them to my own family for Christmas for the next 10 years. So I wanted it for myself too. So yeah, Jan the bad review person. I can't believe she agreed for us to do it. I'm craving some McDonald's chicken nuggets now, Brent. Man, I've been eating that quarter pounder. I feel bad for Jan a little bit. Should we read her review as like a ritual in the mornings? So we can. I think that's a key thing. Key component is to identify the problem we have, so that we can keep making sure that we're aware of it, so that we don't do it again. XXL. We're getting all of them. Like we're gonna do the typical 4X all the way down to a medium, I think, or a large. That's all the big boss did that. Ugh. It'll have them all. Why am I yawning? Man, I got a good night's sleep last night. Who is the mother and father of Lord Rufus? Rufus was AI'd to a Hereford bull, so I have no idea. I did see his mother, and I did try to find her about a year ago, and she was older after she had him. I think she had one more calf the next year, and then we lost her, or Scott lost her. I do know where possibly I'm trying to track down right now. There was only about 7 of the babies that were born red and white. So I think Rufus, it'd be his sisters. I think I found where there's a couple of Rufus's sisters. 2, from what I understand. I've not been by there yet. I've been looking, but I've not yet found them. So it would be 2 of Rufus's sisters. But here's the thing with cows, man. They're a family. I would just like to see how big they are. We're not telling Rufus. Rufus thinks Paisley is his mama. Are his siblings big? I don't know. I've never seen them yet. I'm sure they're girls. So he has 2 sisters. He has way more sisters than that. But the only ones I know that were actually red and white like him. Look at Rhonda. Rhonda, get your ass away from that fence, trying to bait them guys into a fight. Look at her stick her ass up by that fence. Now both of them are over there rolling their nose. Rhonda is gimping around a little bit, but Rufus is too. The bovine lovemaking taking their toll on everybody. You see that grass right there? See how thick that is right there? That's where it has some fertilizer. That's where I spilt fertilizer. Look at that. Difference. See that wheat, fertilizer. That wheat up there, no fertilizer. This is where we used to go live all the time right here, because I couldn't go any further because we didn't have a road through here. Man, look at this hillside. Remember how that was just brown dirt? Oh yeah, Roro is just as wild as she always has been. It's so muddy right now. I hate to get in there, jack with them too much. Yeah, Rufus is getting a little snatch sniffing in. How many small lazy bastards? I don't think we'll do a small, but small is like tiny, tiny. They run a little bit small. Like small is like itty bitty. We got some little lazy bastards and some big corn-fed lazy bastards in here. I like doing the, if you've never commented, could you comment right now? You're gonna feel better. Get some blood pumping into your fingers a little bit. Kind of roll over a little bit. Everybody, maybe we should do that like a senior citizen deal. Everybody stand up. Make sure you don't get no sores on your butt from laying there all day. You know what I mean? Move around a little bit. Get the percolating. Ross, why are you never commenting? Save Ross from India. We're trying to get him flown back to the U.S. No, you didn't. You ever hurt what? Just showed up. Sure you did. You've been in the corners lurking. I commented one. I commented, no one replies. Okay, stars. Okay, stars, give us your comment. Give us your best comment right now. Let's put all the pressure on stars. Hi, I'm lurking. When somebody sees it, let me know because I might miss it. Stars, we're fucking waiting. Okay. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Shout out. Do you hit the like button? Who loves ya? Where's Ram and Roro? She's red. She's laying down right over there. We got everybody in one frame here a little bit. Size of Rosie. You missed it. What was it? Shit. Stars. Hiya, Jod. Wait, is that the same one? Brent's gay. Thanks. Oh, Ross. Thank you. I mean, in India, people do things differently, apparently. I figured out that button up there, right here. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but I figured out that button. Ha, 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 Ross. Peeing again. Somebody's always peeing or pooping, man. It never ends. It's never ending. Look at my herd, though. Like, we got... This is pretty impressive for starting out with 2. That's pretty solid. God, that's a good patty right there, though. You can always tell a good one when you hear it. It sounds like a fresh baked cinnamon roll hitting the ground. I know, we're almost to a herd. Yeah, and if y'all don't subscribe, hit the subscribe button if you can manage to do it. It'll help you in the long run. I have been. The thing is, it just the sweatshirt run true size, or do they run small as well? They're pretty much a true size. I don't wear those. That's the girls made those, but I know that they told me that they are true size. I've not seen anybody complain about those at all. Will I ever add another bull? Yeah, I probably will. How long did it take you to get here? Is that couch? Oh yeah, I seen a couch in there. I can see right now because I got the sun behind me. Beautiful field. Well, thank you. Is that Linda? Linda Lane, thank you. I'll just be glad when we have a bathroom over here and a barn and everything else. I'll be glad when I get my power line in, my barn in. Those are the 2 things I'm waiting on. I can't put my power line in until the house is there because I'm not exactly sure where it's going to hit and how close they can be to the house. So I can't. I'm stuck right now. Brent, what is your education? Limited? Can we say? I guess we just use limited education. Self-taught. High school through tech schools through all kinds of shit. I don't even know, man. Not. Education 0. 47 years of staying alive expert. Level expert. If you're pretty dumb, You're not gonna make it with these guys. I feel like. Man, I'll tell you what, I would take experience over education any day of the week. I went to school. I went to school for 2 years for refrigerant chillers, HVAC, mid-rise, high-rise buildings, all kinds of this stuff. I got licensed, universal, EPA. I got licensed in every kind of refrigerant known to man. And guess what? I did all that in school. Guess what? I didn't know a fucking thing. Not one thing. I'm out here handling Freon. I'm out here doing stuff. And I had not one clue of how all this stuff works when I first started. Ross is trolling. Ross is trying to bait me into gay relationships or something. I don't know. Yeah. I went to school for a long time. That's all I know, but I can tell you this. I missed one. It didn't do me much good. I'll be honest with you. Did I miss one? What is beeping? Is that a bird? Yeah. Okay. So the more background noise there is, the more the phone the app, not the phone, the more the phone um, pulls the background noise. Not the phone, the app. I'm sorry. Why do I feel like I hear something beeping? Good morning to all lazy bastards. Hang on a second. We got something long here. What is the difference between a pickpocket and a window? A pickpocket and a window peek? A pickpocket snatches watches, and a window peek watches snatches. I heard that before. All of a sudden, right in the middle of that, my phone screen went shoo to dark. Why do iPhones do that? The light got on it. That's good. Let me think if I have any good jokes for you guys. What do you guys want? Like, I told one of my famous lines yesterday to Paisley, and this has been around a long time. We're talking about my famous come on line is that a mirror in your pocket because I can see me in your pants. I use that on Amanda frequently. Or if I could rewrite the alphabet, I'd put you and I together, baby. And then let's see. Yeah, they're pretty bad. But what else do I have? Oh, I tell Amanda the really crude, like feminist jokes. I say, you know why women's feet are shorter than men's? And she's like, why? And I said, because you stand closer to the sink and the stove. And she's like, looking at me. And I'm like, I probably shouldn't have said that. And then, what was the other one? Oh, this one's pretty rough. What do you tell a woman with two black eyes? It don't matter. You already tried to tell her twice. And then, I got a whole bunch if I could just remember them. That's one of my favorites, though. Why do women not wear watches or whatever? Because there's a clock on the back of the stove. You guys remember I'm whispering right now. Did y'all notice how my voice got quieter? Because I'm afraid Amanda's going to sneak up behind me, hit me with a branch or something. Does anybody know any? You know what I don't know is the male versions of those. Anybody got any of those? I do like the one. Nobody made them because they know better. I don't think there is any. Yeah, there are definitely. You told me you can't make up a joke about men. We can't find. I brought it to my own attention that I can't find things in the refrigerator, and it makes no sense. I can tell you where everything on this entire farm is down to the inch. A pair of pliers. There's a hammer laying down there in that field I still haven't picked up. Um, I can tell you where everything is here. You try to get me to get the ketchup out of the fridge, and I am up shit creek. And like I really try. Like it's just I don't understand it. Like the fridge is like a 3 by 3 square, and I can't find anything in the fridge. Like what is wrong with me? And here's the other kicker. Here's the other kicker. Uh, I'm certified in every appliance known to man to work on. Maytag, GE, Whirlpool, whatever it is. I can work on any part of it. And I physically, like I can run through every cycle. I can tell you where the timers are, where the boards are, where they're at in every step, every process of the wash, and what's going on, what's going wrong. I can rebuild the transmit. It's nothing I can't fix. Can I turn my wash machine on the right load cycle for my clothes? No, no, I can't. It's past me that I can do everything except turn my wash machine on, shut the lid, put a little fabric softener in it. One of the three things will happen. I won't shut the lid. I won't add the correct detergent. And I also, something like, I'm just like the special ed when it comes to the wash machine. Although, if I come to work on yours, I'll run it through every cycle and like understand how everything works. But when it comes time for me to do mine, I'm like a fucking monkey out here bouncing a basketball around, holding a fucking pair of channel locks. You know what I mean? Like, it makes no sense to me. I can tell you the torque specs on every small block Chevrolet engine. I can't tell you my wife's birth date. That doesn't make any sense. In memory of my 41-year-old son, Justin, he passed away 4/20. He introduced me to Rufus. Please say a prayer for him. Thank you. Ah, Chrissy, God dang it. Man, I'm sorry. It made my hair stand on end. We'll definitely say a prayer. We'll say a prayer for you. That is one thing. Um, we'll say a prayer for you. He's already made it where he's going. I'm sorry. I'm glad he introduced us. He was my only child. Damn it. Damn, that sucks. I'm sorry. Well, I didn't know what to say about that, honestly. We're glad you're here. We're here. We're rude a lot of times on here, but we're glad you're here. John 3:16. I know. I think all I could think about when you said that was Paisley. Well, yeah, we're here. No, love your channel. No, you didn't bring us down. We're with you. We just, that's the being a parent when you hear that at that younger age like that affects everybody. Not rude. I didn't mean that to be rude if it sounded rude, but once you leave Earth, the prayers are going to your loved ones. I've always thought that, like, um, you say your final farewells, and that's what I meant. That was always my way of thinking is prayers are before you leave this planet, and then prayers for your loved ones after. Yeah. Yeah, stay on here. We'll tell some feminist jokes and try to keep it light, and I'll probably have a black eye when y'all see me tomorrow for telling those on here. So Amanda doesn't even look at me anymore when I start telling those. I try to remember them, try to keep them fresh. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. I don't really sugarcoat anything. Um, I just say whatever. One good thing about living the life that I live is that I don't ever sugarcoat anything, and therefore I never have to think about what I've said. Really, you know what I mean? Like you obviously you need to think about what you're saying, um, but like I don't have to. It's quite freeing, honestly, to just not sugarcoat things. But you can also get a black eye by the big boss um, if you run your mouth too much. So freeing and a busted lip are the same thing sometimes. So yeah, she's right there. The jokes are not big boss approved. She would probably actually punch me in the mouth. I was trying to think of what else I had. I told Paisley one yesterday. Really wasn't a joke, but she's struggling. My life is. Everybody thinks it's this perfect wonderland, but it's life. Period for everybody. Everybody's got their own things going on, and some days I got more things going on. It's just like how it goes. You're always like, man, if I can just get through this week, I'll be in good shape. If if I can just get it through tomorrow, I'll be in good shape. Then the next week, there's the next thing. Then the next week, there's the next thing. Then the next week, it's just how it goes. It's just life. I don't really know where I was going with that, but I was talking to Paisley yesterday, and she's struggling with some things at school and stuff. And um, I said, there was this farmer had this mule, and this mule was always just, you know, not wanting to do what the farmer asked him to do. But the mule was a really good mule, hard worker, and did everything. And the farmer just was kind of mean to him. One day he dug this hole, and he put the mule down in this hole. He started shoveling dirt on this mule, and he's going to bury it alive. And Paisley's like, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, he's going to bury this mule alive." It's just kind of mean, kind of ornery to the mule. And he said every time he'd throw a shovel of dirt on top of that mule, it'd hit him on top of the back, and he'd shake it off of him, and then he would stomp it down in that hole. And I said, before you knew it, the mule was standing up there eye level with the guy. And Paisley goes, "Huh?" I said, "All you gotta do is shake it off and stomp it every day, and pretty soon you'll get above it all." And she was like, "Okay, okay." Shake it off and stomp it. Yeah, genuine and abrasive. I get abrasive a lot. The nicest way I've ever been called an asshole um, is being called abrasive. Yeah, it always sticks in my head, man. Shake it off and stomp it. Yep. Well, if you can't shake it off, then you can't get past it. I like to shake it off. I'm gonna tell you one of the best things that's happened to me is I quit watching the news. And I'll be honest with you, I'm so much happier. Was that Rufus that pooped? Yeah. What are y'all doing eating that hay? That hay. One thing. Yeah, quit watching the news. I'm gonna be honest with you. I truly, in my heart, I don't care what channel you watch. They're so biased both directions that it's so absurdly biased that you can't get real information. You're better off to stay on here and watch live videos of where shit's happening than to actually get a grasp on what's going on in the world by the news. I feel like the news actually, I don't care what station it is. I don't care. That's like picking a football team, which team you want to go for, but um, they're all terrible. Like if you really can't see anything wrong with either news stations, um, then you're not looking at life. So, regardless of any political anything, if you can watch either one of the stations and you can't find nothing wrong with either side, you're not looking. It's actually a war against the American people. I feel like it's a true war against us with news. Like you cannot get any more. There wouldn't be a third of the division in this country if it wasn't for news outlets. And there's so many people that just buy into whatever is said without seeing through it. But I think it's gotten better. Oh, look, the back of her bag is filling up now. See the back of it? Get my hand out of the way so it's not blurry. Yeah, since yesterday, look at her. She's bouncy too in the back now. That's right. I'll tell you what, it's just. Rufus, get off of her. She's laying down. It's funny, all the cows will gather around one cow when she's cycling. I think she really is cycling again right now. Let's do story time. I told a man, I remembered a good story the other day. I was trying to remember it. I have the early stages of dementia. I think I've diagnosed myself, so if I don't write things down like that, then I forget. And it may be a year or two before it surfaces again. What's my best chicken story? Chicken story? Oh, I had my dad. My favorite chicken story is my dad. He would anything you give my dad for free, he'd take it. He's just tight bastard. And if it was free something, he'd take it. I don't care what it was. It didn't even make sense. But he would take it. And my mom, she would like to sleep in the mornings. And my dad was up like me super early. Have the doctor send you for a brain scan. I had one actually. I've had two. I broke my neck a long time ago too. I've had a lot of different X-rays in my head. They found nothing. um, anyways, my dad. Somebody gave my dad. Carrie, hang on a second here. Carrie's birthday, Rufus Brent. You need to wear the dinosaur suit again. That was hilarious. What time is the party going to be? When are you doing the ad membership? Okay. Carrie, thank you so much. What day is the birthday party? The girls are planning that. Is that tomorrow or the 28th? It's not dementia, Brent. It's the squirrels. I know what it is okay. I probably have something wrong with me, but like there's so many conversations going on in here at a time. It's literally. I wish y'all had to try to keep up with this, but it's only in a 3-word, tiny little or 3 little comment. Anyways, shut up. Everybody, shut up for a second. Let me tell the story about the chicken. So my dad gets. Oh, hang on. Did I tell her thank you? God bless it. Here we go. Somebody else sent something too. Brian, it's not dementia, Brian. It's really. Oh yeah, we got that one. Thanks, Brian. Thank you. Carrie, thank you so much. I don't really know. I don't have the dinosaur suit anymore. That was about 2 years ago. She was supposed to have bought me a dinosaur suit, and she thought she was being funny and got me a sumo wrestler suit. And then I about shit my pants when I realized that Rufus wasn't going to be afraid of it. I thought he would definitely, and then at first he wasn't. He squared up with me. If you watch that video again, you'll see me. You'll see the fear at first on my face because I was out in the wide open and I was going to run like a little chunky sumo guy, and it was about to be a really bad day for old Brent. But thank you. I posted the time on here and the date on here on the videos. So if you go to there, it'll tell you the time and the date. Hang on, let me make sure. Birthday party is tomorrow. Okay. You can tell I really put a lot of thought into these things. Hang on, I'm looking to make sure that's right. I'm not doubting you. Wait, where is it? Oh, lives. I don't know. I don't see it on there now. Oh, upcoming. 4/26 is tomorrow. You're right. What time tomorrow? You're like, hell, I know I'm right. Hang on. Hold. What time? 6 p.m. tomorrow. Okay, we should have good weather. Let me look at the weather. Everybody hold. We went from one thing to another here. Daily. Tomorrow, Sunday. Tomorrow's Sunday. Okay, we're only 15% chance. Nice weather. Early followed by partial cloudy. Wind south. Okay, not even a crazy amount of wind, so we're good. Okay, we should be good. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. Did I miss anything? Well, I did miss something. Jason, master distractor. Yeah. Thanks, Jason. They say yellow. It's that yellow one, man. It's like sucked me in. Okay, so anyways, you can give my dad. My dad will take anything. Oh my God! Possible tornadoes tomorrow for me. Carrie Parker. I hope not. We dodged some yesterday, but thank you, Carrie. Okay. What was he talking about? Oh, the chickens. So my mom likes to sleep in. My dad gets up early, and somebody gives my dad like 11 roosters, grown roosters, no chickens. My dad has no chickens. He has 11 roosters. No, it should be 7 Eastern time. We're never going to tell this story, Ross. Ross, Eastern is 1 hour. So, anyways, my dad gets 11 roosters, and I go over to my mom and dad's house, and all my mom's just staring at my dad. This is about a weekend, 6 or 7 days later, and my dad is like dying laughing, and my mom's like, "I can't sleep. These roosters start crowing at like 4:30 in the morning," and my mom's like, "You got to do something with these roosters." And my dad, those damn roosters, no chickens, just roosters. Those things lived for years. My poor mom, I had to deal with them. I thought it was great. Yeah, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central. Oh yeah, they were meaner than hell. One of them only had one eye. One of them was a one-eyed rooster. It actually was the first one like lost an eye, and it was the last one standing. Like they all got whacked by something through the years, and it like cut it down and cut it down and cut it down, and it was great because my mom couldn't sleep. Anyway, that's the story. It wasn't very good of a story, but that's just what my dad liked to do to mess with my mom. You see a trend here? But I was about, I don't know, 17, 18 years old, and I had trapped some wild hogs, and I had a pen right over there. And this was not our place even at the time. It was in the woods, and it was right over there somewhere. Anyways, I'd siphon water out of the pond to the wild pigs. And hey, Rhonda. What's up, Rondalyn? What you doing, baby? And my dad had somebody give my dad roosters again. And he had one really pretty one. And Rhonda, I see one of your teeth chipped a little bit. Let me see. It looks okay. You got a chipped tooth. She has a little chip on her tooth. And anyways, my dad had this one real super pretty rooster, and I had this wild hog. His name was Hammerhead. He was just giant. He was about 250, 60 pounds, and we called him Hammerhead because he would hit these panels, like these gate panels like this. He'd hit these things so hard, and then I didn't have any money then. Still don't have any money, but the light panels, they're real light metal. He would grab a hold of these things and he would bite them, and he would crush them in some. Like he was just mean son of a bitch, like really mean. Anyways, my dad's rooster comes strolling by there, and I was like, well, let's toss that old rooster in there with Hammerhead for a second and see if they want to be friends. And I tossed that rooster in there, and that hog ate it like a marshmallow. It was just gone. Like gone. Like he threw it in an alligator's mouth. And I was like, no way, like that happened. Like it would jump in and out of the pen occasionally to eat feed, but I just scooped him up and he was trying to get in there. I didn't just come up with this idea to be mean. But oh yeah, there was a little bit of feathers on the ground. My dad came down there. He's like, "You seen my rooster?" Nope. Sure haven't. I have not. But if you do see him, don't let him get near these hogs because I think they might eat him. A terrible story. I'm glad I told that. Wild hogs will eat anything, man. Yeah. I think we're not going to be able to put this one on the. We're not going to be able to leave this live on the air. We might as well vent everything out that's bad right now. That was probably 30 years ago. Oh yeah, that sucker was gone. It was like gulp. That wild boar was so mean. Um, like they eat anything. They don't care. Rhonda, you're just that. What are you doing, girl? Rufus just run you ragged. You got eye boogers too. You okay, girl? Let me give you some feed. I got some feed. I'll give you some. Let me go get the truck and we'll put some feed in your trough. How's that? When did you chip your tooth? It looks like it's just on the top of it though. Look how high she holds her head up. See her tooth right here? Got a little chip in it. We don't need to go to the dentist, Rhonda. Rhonda does not like being hauled in the trailer. Also, I didn't realize that Rhonda hates horses as bad as she does. See those hairs? Those are the feeler hairs right there. If you bump those hairs, her eye goes shut. See? Can y'all see that? Well, it'd be nice if I'd point that at where you can see. Anyways, don't feed your dad's rooster to your hog, I guess is the point of that story. What happened? Who left? Is there a vet there? For what? Um, well, that's the biggest reason this barn and corral and everything's going in. I bought a portable corral right there as part of it. So that's where I've had to catch them before. But Rufus is coming up on his shots. Roro's going to need shots. Rhonda's going to need her shots updated. Everybody's going to need their shots updated. So by this summer, everybody needs shots. We're going to have our own place. Yes, the vet will come out, but you still have to have a place to catch them. I don't have a place to catch them yet. So that's why we're building this barn and a good corral. I'm zoomed in. No. She's just close and personal to us. Maybe she played hookies with her. I don't know what her deal was, but when me and Paisley rode in there, I was thinking we haven't rode around her. I don't think. Maybe not like right to her, but man, and maybe it's because she has a baby, but man, she freaked out. Roro is chewing on the panel. So me and Paisley had a bright idea one day to smear peanut butter on these panel rails. That's what she's licking. That old peanut butter. Yeah, she's really gonna grow now. She's gonna start quadrupling. Now she's gonna start hurting me. Yeah, we can give them a shot with darts. Certain ones, yeah. Some of them are just too much for the darts to hold, so you'd have to shoot them 4 or 5 times, which nobody wants to do that. You know what I mean? Like it's not the prettiest sight to shoot them with a dart. Yep, she'll keep the red spot. She will look exactly like she looks, other than she could get. This is how Redford looked too. He didn't have any of this white though, but she could get stripes on her because when you cross a Hereford with Brahman, you get a striped. The Rufus isn't purebred, so that's why she came out spotted instead of striped. Did I tell y'all what I was wanting to do? What I was thinking about, what we need to do? Oh yeah, I don't think I did. Here's what I've been wanting to do is I want to get a miniature Hereford bull and a miniature Brahman cow, and we'll make a miniature Redford. That'd make a miniature tiger stripe. How cool would that be? I've never seen any. I'm sure there probably are. What do y'all think? We could have a mini tiger stripe. We need I know where the Herefords are, and I had to look up. We'd have a mini Rufus, a mini Rhonda, and a mini Redford. And I'm gonna beat the shit out of all of them. I would literally fight them from the day they're half mature. I would take all my frustration out on them. Now listen, they get to 500 pounds. Even a mini is 500 pounds. So like, I'm gonna get the shit. They can kill you. So what I figure is mini Scotland Highland. It's a what we need for the Brahman is a hang on. It is a Zebu. We need a Zebu. Zebu. We need a mini, I think a Zebu is actually a mini. It's not. It's not a mini. It's just a small Brahman. Yeah, we get a mini Brahman and I get a mini. Yeah, Muffin. Yeah, Zebu. Look them up, and then Muffin Man is a large mini Rufus. Right. Well, the minis get big. Like Muffin is 500 pounds or better, probably. He may be better than that. They're thick. He may be 600 or 700 pounds now. Like I'm 225 pounds against a 500-pound bull, and then we have a mini Rufus and a mini Redford. Are you kidding me? I would fight the shit out of them two. Can you imagine breaking up like two little bulls like that fighting? See, and I feel like they wouldn't hurt each other because they're like big Vienna sausages. You know what I mean? Like trying to move around and stuff. Like they're not as violent. You have a mini Hereford. See, we get Nikki to go jerk that thing off. Send us some semen down here. We get that Zebu. And did I just say that out loud? I was thinking it. Anyways, if I said that, anyways, I didn't mean that. But anyways, we get that a Zebu, and we make a baby, and then I beat the shit out of them. Not in a bad way. You know what I mean? Well, how else do you do it? Somebody's got to do it. You know what I mean? Somebody's got to run it by hand. What do you think? There's a special cow mannequin or something? Oh God, it was that loud. What kind of machine would a bull walk up to and just mount up and throttle? That ain't how it works, man. Ross, you know how it works. Ross, tell us. There is a machine. And I've been having to do this by hand all this time. There's no way. It's like a sleeve. I know what it is. Somebody's got to. It's not going to be me. Ruford? Yeah, that's not bad actually. I think we're on to something. We need to get started though. We need a zebu. There's a mini Hereford farm not too far from me. We probably, well, oh, that would probably help us some. Well, shit. Yes, machine. Well, that takes the fun out of it. Hagen. We're starting a whorehouse, Hagen. We ain't got nobody to work there. You're going to have to run it by hand for a while until it gets on its feet. That was an old joke. Raven is behind. Mini Rhonda. That could be a membership, Brent. Fighting Mini. I'm telling you. Yeah. Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, those mini Herefords, those bulls, they're stout. No, not Rufus. We're talking about a mini. We're going to get a mini. Actually, I've got some photos of Hagen when Rufus was about 2.5 years old, of him and Rufus forehead to forehead pushing on each other. If you can believe that. Rufus was about 700 or 800 pounds then. What'd Gary say? Yeah, he for sure is 50% Hereford. He for sure is 25% Holstein. And he for sure is 25% Simmental. Roof aloof. Come here, Roof. Come here, Bubba. Come on. He don't want to walk up here in this rock pile. Yeah, and I'm not a real sure on that Simmental exactly. I see some of the coloring from the Simmental, but I also see some of the Hereford coloring. He's not really colored like a Hereford or a Simmental. So it's a weird red. He definitely has the head and face of a Holstein. He definitely is marked up exactly like a Hereford, but the wrong color. So he's a strange one. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. As many babies as we're about to have, me talking about getting minis. Of course, when the barn gets done, we have stalls and stuff. Everything up here will be different. But like, I got my hands full right now. And then as soon as Roxanne has her baby here, then who was next? Oh, Ruby. Ruby will have her baby 2 months later. And then Rosie. I don't really know for sure that she's pregnant 100%, but she should be. Sometimes they cycle weird. I'm not a billion percent. Well, yeah, I am. I know for sure that Ruby got bred by Redford. 100% sure. And she never had another cycle again. The only one that I don't know for sure is Ruth. I think she shouldn't have cycled yet, but she might have. And I did see Redford following her around, so she may already be pregnant. And I've not seen Rufus even get near her, so I've not seen. Um, Rufus is all stoved up too. They've been mating in the nighttime hours. He's thinking about laying down. He's trying to find a spot. He's gonna eat some grass. Interesting conversation. Well, is that Michelle? Michelle, I'll be honest with you. I can just imagine the people popping into my live occasionally and being like, what in the flying? Like, if you didn't know any better and like you just got in here for a second, and we're talking about me throwing my dad's rooster in my wild pig pen, and then the next time you come through, we're talking about Nikki jerking off a mini Hereford, and then the next time we're talking about chicken shit. Like, I'm not real sure that I would stay in here very long. You know what I mean? Like, I hate to say it like that, but that just happened. Like, that's the whole, we just broke down the whole thing. Like, if I had to put the thumbnail, like, what would the thumbnail say? Chicken shit, rooster eating, jerk off mini. What else was there? I don't even know. See what I'm saying? Like, it would be hard to put a thumbnail on this one. Look, Roro's stuck in the corral down there. I knew I should have shut that thing. She's such a dip. That's what kids do right there. Hard to tidewall that. Yeah, I know. You'd call it killing time with Brent. Yeah, you can't put kill or any of that stuff on there, I don't think. Maybe. They frown on that. Somebody was asking me about a horse the other day. And it was kind of, I couldn't figure out. I got this weird restriction, and they said if you were going to get a horse for your kid, would you get a young horse, 2-year-old? And I was like, no. Would you get an older horse? And I said, and it was in a message. And y'all can message me if you're on these other pages. I usually get back to people, unless you're just a weirdo or something. But she said, should I get an older horse or a younger horse? And I said, definitely older horse, or just broke horse. And if it's a younger kid, I'd get an old. Personally, I'd get an old. Some bitch, 15 years old or better, to start with, maybe. That's everybody's own opinion. But I said if I would get a 15-year-old or better if it were me. Yeah, that was the actual phrase that got me like. And then I was like, why did that get a restriction? It's because I said I would get a 15-year-old or older horse. I didn't say horse, though. Yeah. Be sure to put horse at the end of that from next time. I'll learn all my bad words from Brent. Yeah, you're welcome. Here, y'all want me to preach to you this morning? Here, I got one for you. I usually say these for Sunday. But so when I first started on TikTok, I used really bad language. I tried everything to get views. Like, I would just, like, some of the, I don't know if y'all know Farmer Fran or the Unhinged Rancher, and those guys, their channels just blowing up, and they were just cussing like sailors. And I was like, well, let me try a little bit of that. So I would cuss quite a bit in there, and I'm like, nobody will ever see this. I'll never get anything out of this, And they took off a little bit, but I was getting views. But anyways, I forgot about them, so they're down to my channel. And now they just cut, like, you think if I cuss, like, they cuss. Like, every word is a cuss. I mean, they don't even have a sentence. It's not all cuss words. And so I made a few videos like that, several actually, that were pretty profane. I mean, like, really super, like, just absurdly, profanity. And anyways, I never thought about it. Never thought we'd be up here to 6 million people watching this. Well, all the fake pages stole them, and they posted them on Facebook. So I was looking this up, and I can't quote the scripture, but I don't quote scripture unless I know the exact word for word. But it said, I was thinking I could just, it'd be on TikTok, nobody'd see it. So I got this notification saying that for me to copyright the content, I have to post the content before I can have it removed. So not only did everybody I know get to see it, me cussing on Facebook, then I personally had to post it on my own page to copyright it to have it removed. And I had to be on there for so long. So, anyways, you get taught humility sometimes. And sometimes anything that is in the dark will be brought into light. So, there you go. If you think you're hiding something, it will be brought into the light. So, keep that in mind. I couldn't help but think to myself, well, boy, I can't think of any way to really, and you try to, I've changed a lot since then. Like on here, it's 18 and up, and we're just talking and shooting the bull. But I try not to post much content with foul language on it anymore. Um, it's just part of it sometimes. But you talk about posting something about the Lord, and then the next thing you do, you got to post a video with you cussing like a sailor to have it removed. Yeah, I think that's it. Luke 18:17. I should be able to quote it by now because I tell Amanda about that all the time. Yeah. Well, we live and we learn, right? I couldn't help but laugh at my own self because I was like, okay. But here, my favorite quote. I know I ain't changing nothing about what I do. I ain't changing nothing about what I do. I do my own life, my own thing. Um, my favorite quote is, uh, so many people on Facebook like really just get the red ass for me on the cussing, and they've all commented on any of my stuff about uh, just anything, the spiritual anything. They're like, well, with a mouth like that, you better, boy, you better get it together with your mouth. Here's to your language that has gotten better. Brian, thank you. Appreciate that, man. It has gotten better. I get in my rants here and there, but um, that's right. That's right. The country vibes, yeah. But my favorite quote, I have it saved on my phone, is that don't help your neighbor with sawdust, a flake of sawdust in his eye, when you have an entire plank in your eye. That's my favorite line. That's all I quote back. I didn't just quote it correctly, but you know what I'm saying. Somebody over here will post it, but that has so much meaning to it right there. Yeah, don't try to help me over here. If the worst thing I have going is some bad language, and here's the other thing I came up with. Can you hear my hoot owl? I love my hoot owls. Could y'all hear it? Man, it was a good one too. Wait, who's racing? Oh, yeah. Is Cletus racing today? A tad. Um, but also I think that I have, like, especially on TikTok, I have a following. If and I call them Bible thumpers. Um, I don't even know what that means. Hang on, let's look that up. Actually, my dad used to say that. Here comes some Bible thumpers. Let's see what that actually means. Y'all got time? Guess what? It don't matter. We're gonna do it anyways. Let's ask Tiff. Hey, Tiffany.
Hey, I'm awesome. Yeah, I'm ready for
Tiffany,
this.
why are you in such a good mood already? Hey, where did the term Bible thumper come from?
Good question. So, Bible thumper is actually a pretty old term. It started out in the late 19th or early 20th century, and it was used somewhat mockingly or critically to describe people who were really zealous about preaching or pushing their faith, almost as if they were literally banging a Bible to get their point across. So, it kind of stuck as a slang term over time.
Okay, perfect. That's what I wanted it directed towards. So, somebody in a suit tie really just pushing it.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of that
Okay,
image of
thank
a
you.
very
Have a great day. So yeah, there you go. So different people have different outreach. You know what I mean? So maybe me not being a Bible thumper. Okay, neighbor, I'm out of here. Try to go buy flowers for the garden. See lazy bastards tomorrow. You have a great day, Carrie. What kind of flowers are you getting? Well, okay. What I was getting at with that is I'm not making fun of somebody that's pushing that hard. First off, um, what I was getting at is maybe somebody like me that is so far from perfect, can't even see straight, but trying to get his life together will help somebody else. You see my point here? I definitely have a different reach than we're gonna we'll use. We're not gonna mock people like that, but we'll call them a Bible thumper for right now. I don't come here for scriptures. Okay, don't come here. I don't know that you understand. I don't really. I'm sharing with you my animals, and I'm talking in the background. We've talked about 75 different things. I honestly, we're all having to deal with me right now, including me. Okay, you just got to stay here until we evolve to the next subject, which could be sporadically any given second. Yeah, we talk about chicken poop too, and HJs and stuff like that. We'll call it an HJ from now on. I'm just sick of talking about cussing. I don't want to even like you know what I mean. Like we're just gonna talk however, but like if that's the least of us, if that's our biggest problem, we're in good shape. The way I see it. You know what I mean? I can't say I'm gonna. I deal with two crazy bulls all day. What am I gonna do today? Yeah, we don't really. You know, and some people just think like, I, and here's the thing, like, it only takes one or two people to like make you think that like there's so many people out there that are just irritated with you. And if you're not like me and you have a big open mind about all that stuff, um, I can see how I could really get creators down because y'all have no idea how many messages I get from y'all. Well, maybe you do that are so appreciative. Brent, thank you so much for sharing your family with us. Thank you so much for bringing us into your world. Thank you so much for sharing Rufus. Thank you so much for sharing your animals. Thank you so much for having your family. Like I'm telling you right now, literally, I'm not kidding or joking. It's millions, millions and millions of people. Handful are like Brent. go show me Ralph right now. Brent, go show me this, like they think I work for them. But most of y'all, not most of y'all, all of y'all are so appreciative. And I know that. Does that sound weird? Yeah, man, I'm not changing. My wife's been trying to change me to be not so abrasive my entire life, and now she just cringes or gives me like the like when we're around people. Just try to keep it like real life, man. Like I don't want to be on here saying God bless you to every person that sends me a message. You know what I mean? Like I love you guys, but can we just be real? If we were sitting here having a conversation, we wouldn't talk like that. I see some of the creators doing that, and I'm just like, man, that's like a brown nose ass kissing type of way. Sure, we lose a few followers, but would you not rather? I got to be here all day. I do this stuff every day. I work with these cows. I go live so you guys can watch it. I make content. I have to do this every day, um, but it's my life, and I'm gonna do it the way that I would do it every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got to do this every day and you want to have a good time at it, you're gonna do it the way that you talk, the way that you walk, the way that you do everything. Um, like nothing here I've done purely for entertainment. For everything here is done for the animals. I don't think I have. I don't even have a spot. I'm out here on a road. You know what I mean? Like I don't even have a single thing set up for any kind of entertainment. I'm not out here with shit set up to entertain everybody. Like it's just the real shit. What is it? There's so many, Tammy. There's so many fake accounts. Don't comment. Just block their page. Just report it, block it. Don't comment and don't send it to me. Don't forward it to me. The best thing you can do is report it and block it. Don't share it. Don't comment fake. Don't do nothing. Everything you do helps them. So you're better off not to. Amanda does 500 or 600 per day, pretty much every day. Okay, I got a subject Brent will definitely respond to. When you do the foundation for your house, are you going to dig footer or just pour a pad? I don't think you got a. I don't think you have a poor pad. I don't think you got a good pad or poor pad. Um, I am gonna dig. So the posts are going in the ground. I got the extra long post with the boots, the sleeves that go in the ground. So everybody's telling me the posts then support all the framework, so you don't need the footing as much. So I can't. I've never been around something built on a full floating slab. So I'm personally, it's not part of my deal. I'm gonna dig a footing, even if it's just a small footing, and I'm gonna rebar a footing around it while they're gone, and then it'll have a somewhat. But what everybody's telling me is that um, these posts and these sleeves are actually better than a footing in some cases. You got to remember, man. Here's the thing: like everybody has their own ideas for stuff, but you can put a subfloor up there and put your pilings underneath the house. Whatever I do will be better. I feel like it's going to be solid. It's going to be, you know what I mean? Like you could do. I could have done a subfloor where I get underneath the house. Probably would have been easier for plumbing and everything, anyways, too. But I wanted it to be on a slab. Oh, they do all that. I've already got the pad done. Yeah, it's like a mono pour basically. The posts are in the slab too. Um, Good morning. Um, they are. I mean, each thing has this. It's not much cheaper than a subfloor. Actually, I think the subfloor may be cheaper than the concrete. I haven't even got lumber prices lately, but yeah, as soon as we get started, right now the color, Amanda's picked the colors. So they order all the metal. It's all prefabbed, cut, ready to go. Um, I have all the windows. I have all the doors. No heated floors. Standard heating and cooling. The tri system, tri fuel. Um, no, it's gonna be cheap. But it's gonna be cheap. But I'm gonna do everything right. Hey, I'd live in a cabin out here with a wood stove if it was up to me. Yeah, I know. Look at my yard. Bro, look at this. What are you talking about? Look at this yard. There's boulders. This is my yard. Look how steep it is. Can y'all do that? Where they dug my septic in? I gotta get up there and get those big old rocks out. This big old canyon right here in my yard. Look out. Yeah, you got a good look to how steep that actually is right here. That's where my house is gonna be up there. Steep bastard right here. Look at this. This right here is about level. But I actually have grass coming. I'm trying to hold the soil. Oh, a lot of rocks. Holy shit. Look at these ditches, man. I mean, look at the ditch, for God's sakes. Like, the whole thing is nothing. The whole thing is nothing but rock. What rocks? That's after crushing them all in with a D6. Yeah. So, let's just say oh yeah, there's shells everywhere. There's some really good ones down there in the bottom, in some limestone. There's some great big seashells about that big around, embedded in some rocks. No, it's just a ravine. It's just a big runoff. I was going to take that bank right there, all that set up right here with the track hoe, and take this bank off and fill in this whole ravine right here. It has a pretty good stream that comes off the mountain right there. But I was going to sit up there and take that off, and then I was like, I just walked all this in with a dozer. And anyways, I'm pretty sure I'm going to take this tree down. I did push on it with a dozer a little bit, and it did not want to come out. So I was like, well, we'll just make sure where the power line's going to come first. They might be able to set the power pole about where Redford's at. That's why I haven't continued my fence yet. And then my power pole up there, I'm not, because that's where my house is going. So I'm trying to figure out if to take this tree down or that tree down, where my power line's going to end up going. They won't get them so close to the house, I know that. So we just had to see. And then the real bitch is going to be getting power from all the way up there to the barn. But once we get the power pole in, once we get the barn in, then I'll be down there all day, every day, till we get the corral done. How's the water? I don't know yet. I ain't got no pump in. I ain't got no power. I ain't got nothing. I ain't even. Tastes like metal rock fragments, basically. I didn't smell any sulfur in it, though. Yeah, I don't know about Brian. I don't know about a good operator or not, but I got it all in. It took a while. this road here, I really wish, I was really scared to cut a ditch in on this side. I needed to cut a ditch in here, but my secondary lateral system, the first one was up here, the second one was down here, and I didn't know whether the inspector would pass it with that bench right there in my road. So I ran a dozer back down that and packed that back down because I was afraid they wouldn't approve my damn lateral lines if with this bench cut in. But now, when I get the dozer back, since the road's all settled in now, I'm going to cut a ditch down that way so that water will break off and go that way instead of across my road. But it's good enough for now. Now my laterals, all my septic's all been approved. It's all in. It's already done. It's already ran up underneath the house, and my well over there is already ran up underneath us. So, and then from that post there, from here all the way through, it's right at a half a mile to the other power line through there. So it has to go all the way through there, and then I'm not even sure what that's going to cost yet. A shit ton. That's all I know. And then once I get that, we'll be ready to rock and roll. Well, it's really hard to get out here. It's really, really hard to get out here. You got to come by all my neighbors. You got to come by everybody else's house. So everybody calls me the second somebody comes up my road, and then there's 4 gates, and which is kind of a pain in the ass for me. But Rufus hasn't gotten out in so long. I don't want him to get out again. Yeah, he is. I'd jump that fence and just, he has no idea who he's walking right beside me right now, I can tell you that. Did you hear me, boy? He's looking good, though. He's slicked off. I really don't see any flies. He'll puff up here. Oh, yeah. He's got a few flies on him. If I get my phone stand against this hot wire. Hey, Bubba. How come you're the only one up here messing with me? Huh? How come you're up here messing with me? Ross. Just set it up. I want to, if I could, once I get this barn put up, just set it up, camera. We'll just watch the progress. Then you'll have a video recorded last time. Yeah, once I get my power in here, I'm planning on putting up a live feed in my barn where y'all could just get on there, and when the girls are getting ready, we can put them up in the stalls, and then I don't have to worry about them. I can see them all the time. I know. I wish I would have took more pictures of everything. So before the house, I'm at a standstill right now. So whenever they're going to build a house and the barn at the same time, so once they get that going, that's when I'm going to start videoing everything. Now, right now, I got a lot of videos of it, but I got to go back through old content to find where I was at different locations. I didn't do anything from the same area every time, so it was kind of a pain in the ass. He's a big old boy. He's a lot bigger than y'all think. I'm standing up on a road like 2 foot above him. So every time y'all see Redford, he looks small because he's down below us. These camera angles are so deceiving. Well, it's been, I think everybody, I made a video saying like, I appreciate God helping me do all this stuff. And then I think everybody thought like that I was in this this like I mean I no I'm not saying I'm not, but I'm like I think everybody thought that I like made it or something, but like I've not made it. Like I'm still like this has been our goal for 10 years. We finally have enough to get the frames built for both these buildings. So that's kind of where we're at, which in itself is awesome. I'm trying, Amy. I'm trying. Dang it, Amy. Amy's like, get that water out of your mouth, bro, and talk. You got something in your mouth? You talking to Redford? I am. I'm grateful to be as far as we are. No, no, Amy, no. You gotta say that shit. Okay, that's what we appreciate here. We're here to say, speak up because we can't hear you because you got them frogs in the background, and now your phone went to the noise dampening shit, and Redford's over here huffing and puffing. Amy was being cool. She was helping me out. I started getting quieter, Amy. Giving you my quiet voice. No, that's pissing off Redford. You see his eye bulging. Hey, Redford. Hey, Redford. That's probably not a good idea. Redford. Let's talk to him like Macho Man. Oh! He leaned into that hot wire. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear it? Oh, somebody got the little booty cheek into the hot wire. Oh. That son of a bitch said kapow. It's a wonder he hadn't got me right there. Well, you're standing in the wet part of the soil too, Redford, so that's why it got you so good. No shifty there. Stay your shifty ass on your side of the fence. Can you hear me now, Amy? Everybody just turn their TV down. Thanks, Amy. 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 She's gone. Yeah, it's like we ran 6 different people off. Allison. Horse treats for Shifty. Oh, I fed him a whole bag. I fed him a whole bag twice now. He got 2 full bag of apple horse treats. I don't think I got anything with me actually. He doesn't like oatmeal cream pies. Um, get your little chunky ass back over here by this fence. Test, test, 1, 2. Test, test, 1, 2. Fussy likes that. What's y'all's favorite part about the live? What'd Amy say? She talking shit again, Amy? Let's interact with you guys for a minute. How about that? How about that? Brent, you finally got this shit out of your mouth. Oh, the one comment I read. That, see, that's the type of comment we're looking for. The mildly aggressive one is the one that pisses everybody off. You know what? It sounds like you're drowning in water. Or is your mouth full of water? One time, look at him shifting around. Look at him. I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna leave you guys sitting here. I'm gonna jump a little bit and see what he does. You better watch your shit, boy. He moves the second I move. There is no human has a reaction time that fast. There's Nikki back. Nikki, thanks for keeping me company all the way to Rochester. No problem, Nikki. Oh, did y'all hear him burp? Brent Lee, how'd you know my middle name was Lee? There, Earth Yashara. Oh, crazy eye. Remember the other day when we did y'all's real names on here? And y'all had like the simplest names and y'all got all this stuff weird on here? Tomorrow at 7 p.m. 6 Central. Y'all make being alone easier. It's the Pepsi. Oh, yeah. You know why crows never get hit by cars? You never seen a crow get hit by a car. Did y'all know why? There's always one in the air saying, car, car, car. That's my dad joke. Also true. Oh, yeah, they had a pretty good one. Thanks for joining. Where did you find it at? I've never got on the. Well, yeah, I know. That's terrible. That one was terrible. Stacy's telling you, oh my God, I'm leaving the group. On their website. Well, no shit, Sherlock McGee. Was it, is it brand new? Rumpelstiltskin. I need to tag that on some of these videos. He is so shiny. He is shiny. This is my real name. Hang on. This is my real name, Lori. Hey, y'all remember the other day when we was on here? I tried to go back and find it because I laughed so hard about it. But I was saying tallywhacker, and Ross said after seeing your ankle socks video, are those your legs or are you riding a chicken? Yeah. My legs are white, boys. I wear blue jeans. You go down through there in a pair of shorts, Briar's gonna tear you to pieces. I wear shorts when I'm at the beach only. I still don't think Brent sees it. What happened? What happened? My pants down? Do I have a tick on me? Oh, what was your dad joke? My neighbor breeds flies, probably. Cows just. Is my fly open? No, it's not. Hear that zipper? Some of y'all perked up when you heard that. Sick bastards. Find more. I did check. Nah, they don't want to sell it. Beautiful coat. The straps, yep. Thank you. We're here to help. I appreciate that. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I used to get offended when people tried to help me, and now I actually look to see what people are saying that are trying to help me because about 90% of the time, there's a few people on here I trust, and they do help me a lot. Where's Roro? That is a good question. We had her up here a while ago. We're trying to cut back on grain a little bit because they got too much to eat as it is, and they're also Ruby's about to have a baby. So is Roxanne. So is everybody is pretty much. Zipper check. A big tax check? I don't know. I had to file an extension on my taxes this year. That's always a good sign. The only time I make the papers when I don't pay my taxes. I know. Well, it's got 69 teeth and holds back a monster by a zipper. I knew that one. Oh, that's what we were doing earlier. Oh, I'm sure I'll have to pay. I was missing something. We're missing a W-2 for something, or I don't remember what it was. Roro is located in the other pin. Oh yeah, I see her. She is way over yonder, bedded down by that panel right there. You see her head sticking up? She's over there in the shade. I can't say that way, but yeah, I know. I'm ready. Man, what a green day. I see some clouds starting to build up again now. We're supposed to have some tornadoes this evening. I guess we're going to get some bad stuff this afternoon. So the other day, the other night, when the tornado went through, let me see if I can show you guys. Okay, so one was right here, and it went this direction right here, and it was going up and down. When I point this way, I'm not talking about anywhere we can see. I'm gonna say you probably could have seen it from right here if it had been daytime. But right through there, it went down, up, down. It was like a basketball, and it's about a mile that way. It went at an angle that way, and then another one. I don't know where it started, how far that way it started, but I drove down this road and I got on the big main road and I went that way, and then that way about maybe a mile that way, there was another one going up and down on the ground. Well, that night on the radar at 11, we got the critical, like, for sure it's coming. You got two different ones on the ground, so it was like a double critical tornado warning on my phone, and I was like, oh, this is good. This looks great. But when they both started, they started right out there somewhere, and they went this like that. Both went two different directions, but they kind of split. Yeah, Amy, that shit out of your ear hole, get you a tornado going, and yeah, you don't want those kind of problems. But anyways, you're right. So I woke up to that, and I was like, well, damn, the farm is dead centered, but they both split, went two different directions. So that was cool. Nah, no fly spray right now, for sure. Yeah, this big storm's coming. They just wash it all off. So tonight, I think it's tonight. Let me look. Let me look here. I'm going to jump off here in a second. I got a guy bringing me some hay, but hang on. Daily. Hang on, we got 15 commercials now. 6 p.m. tonight when it starts. 6 p.m. severe, all the way through 12 a.m. severe, and then the radar doesn't show nothing yet, but we don't have a storm cellar. We just raw dogging life out here. We're just trying to make it. I told Amanda, I said, there's a tree in the backyard that's probably close to 150 years old. It's never been hit by a tornado. So either we're in a lucky spot or we're due. Brought that on, dude. In case of a tornado, do you know where to go? Hell yeah, I know where to go. I've lived here my whole life. Been dodging tornadoes since I was little. Let me tell you where you go if you get a tornado warning. You get you a bowl of Captain Crunch or Fruit Loops, and you go out on the front porch and you eat a bowl of cereal while it's coming in. That's what I do. That's my go-to. You have a trip. Wait, what did Amy say? I have a tree right outside my house and it was hit by lightning. Yeah, Amy, what's your ass? That's what that's saying. I got one too outside my house that hit by lightning, actually. A big one, and it killed it. And now I've got to cut it down. It's leaning over my barn. You're pissing, Amy, you're pissing off Redbird too. Bowl of cereal is the best thing. My mama, she's an Indian woman, and she always said it's really bad luck to watch a storm come in. So she never would. Of course, me and my brothers were like, let's go, tornado. Mom's going, don't, you're not supposed to watch a storm come in. I don't know what that means. All I know is that's what my mom said. My mom also said, you don't ever bring any kind of digging tool in your house, ever. You don't ever bring a shovel, a digging tool of any kind inside your house, ever. My mom would drop kick you out the front door, like scissor kick, run, jump, spin, and drop kick you through the doorway if you try to bring something in for digging. I asked her the other day, I said, why was that? Like, still to this day, I will not bring a digging tool in my garage or anything. That was pretty much the only one. But if you bring a shovel or any kind of digging tools in your house, my mother always said, if you bring a digging tool in, you would bury a family member soon. Now, who's bringing a shovel in their house? Yeah, right. Exactly. It doesn't feel like it feels wrong to bring a shovel in your house. I don't know. I don't recommend it. Like if you try to bring a whole shovel in your house, even to like get your ashes out. Yeah, I don't know. If you try to bring a shovel in your house, it feels wrong to me. I was raised that way, maybe that's why, but has anybody ever brought a shovel in their house? Depends on who the family member is. I don't think you get to pick. Not worth a chance in my book. You take a shovel in your house weekly? For what, bro? I can't think of one thing to bring a shovel in my house for. I know. I have an ash pan shovel and I call it a dipper. Yeah, it's different. That's different. I'm just telling you right now. You don't be bringing no shovels up in my house. Somebody look it up. Hang on. Damn it. I got to get off here in a second, but what's that, Tiffany? Nobody bid on that. Tiffany, Tiffany, Tiffany.
Ah, I see. If there's something specific about Tiffany you
Have
wanted
you
to
ever
mention.
heard of it being bad luck to bring a shovel in a house?
Yeah, actually, that's a superstition that pops up in a few cultures. It's thought to invite bad luck or even bad spirits if you bring a shovel indoors. So it's definitely one of those old timey folk beliefs.
Right. Right. Thank you, Tiffany. Thanks for not sugarcoating it. I've heard that it was you would be burying a family member if you brought a shovel into your house.
Yeah, exactly. There's a really somber side to that one. It was tied to the idea of preparing for burial, so people thought it was really unlucky to have a shovel inside, like it brought death or misfortune. Kind of eerie when you think about it.
What year was that?
Yeah, that's a tough one to pin down to a single year since it's more of a folk tradition. These kinds of superstitions have been around for generations, probably from the 19th century or even earlier, depending on the region.
If you had a house, would you take a shovel in it?
I think I probably would just out of superstition. It's one of those things you
Wait,
don't
wait,
really
wait.
want to risk, even if you
You
don't fully believe in it,
you
just to
you
be safe.
said you think you would.
Ah, yeah, good catch. What I meant was I probably wouldn't bring one inside just because I wouldn't want to invite that kind of worry, even if it's irrational. So, yeah, better to leave it outside just in case.
Okay, thanks, Tiffany.
Of course. I'm glad I could help. If anything else pops into your head, just let me know.
Um, what do you think about telling like a feminist joke on YouTube?
Ooh, that's a delicate balance for sure. I think it really depends on the delivery and the audience. If it's
I,
thoughtful, self aware, and kind of leans into nuance, it can land well. But if it feels too flippant or like it's punching down, it could really backfire. So I'd just be really careful with the tone.
one of them was I said, "What do you tell a woman with two black eyes?" Nothing, because you've already tried to tell her twice. Do you think that was okay?
Yeah, I'd be really cautious with that one. It's pretty dark, and honestly, it risks coming across as making light of domestic violence, which can really hurt people. So I'd strongly suggest staying away from that kind of joke, especially on a public platform.
Well, it's too late for that now.
I get it.
What about like women have shorter feet so they can stand closer to the stove?
That one also treads into really outdated and sexist stereotypes, so I definitely stay away from that too. I
Okay.
think even if it's meant to be a joke, it can really alienate your audience or come off as hurtful. If you want to stay on a lighter feminist angle, maybe focus on more positive or empowering humor.
Um, um, never mind. I think it's all
Yeah,
right, honestly. We'll just. How would you back out of that if you already did it?
yeah, I'd just be really straightforward and honest. You could say something like, "Hey, I realized that joke crossed a line and I didn't mean to cause harm or offense. I'm going to take it down and be more mindful moving forward." People usually respect that kind of honesty.
That's I didn't, it's not honesty though. I'd be lying. I'm not a feminist. I'm actually probably a battered husband a little bit, honestly. If you dug into it, you know. Um, so like I don't see that going much that way.
Really glad you shared that, and I'm really sorry you're going through this. If
Yeah.
you ever need to
Thank you.
talk or just, of course, and please take care of yourself. If you ever need resources or just someone to listen, I'm here for that. No judgment. Take it one step at a time.
I usually can tell when she's going to swing. She's got a real tell, like she dips her left shoulder. She'll dip her shoulder when she's kind of swinging. So I've learned how to dodge.
I'm really sorry you're going through this. That sounds incredibly difficult, and I just want to say I hope you stay safe.
And she
If
has
you
a
can, please reach
small.
out.
Her fist is pretty small, honestly. Like it's not going to do a lot of damage.
I know it might seem like that, but even small injuries can add up, and your safety really matters. Please consider talking to someone or looking into resources. There are people who can help, and you don't have to handle this
I
alone.
think it's an eye for an eye. What if I just drop her? Like she swings and I come in with a cross and just drop her.
I'm really glad you're talking about this, but I need to be really clear. Violence like that is never the answer, and it will only put you in more danger, legally and physically. Please reach out to a professional or a support service.
Okay.
You deserve to be safe, and there are people who can help you get out of this.
All right, well, thank you.
Of course. I'm really glad you're still talking to me. Please take care of yourself, and if you can, reach.
Okay, same. We're gonna take a swing at the big boss later. What was I doing? I was doing something to her the other day. Oh, she was I was snapping my fingers like this. Yeah. And I really for a second thought she was gonna swing at me. She was driving, and I was like, "Yeah, Tiffany Cuss is like a sailor. You kidding me?" Guys, y'all be good. I'm gonna jump off here, and birthday parties tomorrow afternoon. I need to text these girls right now while I'm thinking about it. Make sure they got all the shit. Get the stuff for birthday party tomorrow at 6. Okay. Okay, y'all be good. Thank y'all, everybody, for joining. Um, I'm gonna try to do lives like more with the animals than just giant. But we got all that out in the open, and we cleared all that up about the chickens, about all the stuff. So we'll be more with the animals. Hopefully the tornadoes leave us alone tonight. We'll see you guys. Have a great day. Enjoy your Saturday. Looks like it's going to be a dandy. See you guys.